I am feeling so serene about my Dallas Cowboys that when the Green Bay Packers just snapped up Jalen Smith yesterday, I said, I don't even care. It doesn't bother me a bit. We're so loaded, we don't even need him anymore.
Oh, y'all loaded now.
Yeah.
Y'all loaded, just too deep in every position.
Yeah, and you're in such trouble.
Actually, I'm not in trouble.
Not
Your day
yet?
coming on Sunday.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, your
I
day
can't
coming
wait
on
for that.
Sunday.
That little do-bat that we got.
Danny Dimes, right, Shannon? I cannot wait for this one. Guys, we actually have some NBA news to start the show. I promise we'll get to your Cowboys skip. But here's the latest. 72% of NBA GMs and the majority of bettors think the Nets are favorites to win with the uncertainty surrounding Kyrie Irving's availability for home games. Kevin Durant spoke optimistically about his teammate situation yesterday, saying, I'm envisioning Kyrie being a part of our team. Maybe I'm just naive, but that is just how I feel. So, Shannon, at this point, how will this play out?
I think Kevin Durant and myself are envisioning Kyrie getting the vaccine and making everything okay. Eventually, Skip, they were going to get tired of, and I think Steve Nash said that we're not moving practice so he can practice. It's not like they can play their home games in another arena, Skip. It is what it is. The arena rules have been established, and so that's where we are. And I think the thing is that KD and Kyrie, they went to Brooklyn for this very reason. They could have gone to any other team, Skip. They could have gone to the Knicks. They said, no, the Knicks have already won a championship. The Knicks brand is already established. Why not go somewhere where they've never won a championship? People look down on this franchise because they haven't had a whole lot of success. How about we go there and turn it around? Then we'll be heroes. We'll be cult figures for the rest of our lives. Well, this is your opportunity. And the only thing that can get in the way of this, Skip, obviously injury, you know how injury impacted it last year, is this COVID vaccine. Now, do I believe they could possibly win the championship with KD and James Harden? Sure.
Do you really?
I do, Skip. I do, Skip. It makes it a lot more difficult.
I'd say.
Because now all of a sudden you're on a level playing field. Milwaukee might have an advantage.
KD, James Harden, and Patty Mills? I don't know.
They got Blake. They got a few.
Okay.
You like the Bruce Brown. You like Bruce Brown.
Him.
But I think now all of a sudden you bring Miami into the fold. You bring the Bucks into it. You bring the Philadelphia Eagles if and when they get their situation resolved. So, Skip, I think it makes it a lot more difficult than it would just with KD and James Harden. Now, you throw Kyrie in the mix. The general manager said there's 77% chance of winning it all.
They did.
So it showed they're the 7 and 10.
77% of the GMs voted for them as the best team.
Right. So you talk about
only 17% said the Lakers were
so
the
damn near 80% of the general managers believe with those three in the lineup, they're the overwhelming favorite.
That's prohibitive.
And so, Skip, for me, that's the only thing that can slow this thing down. And KD even said it. Maybe I'm being naive, but at some point in time, the rubber's going to need to meet the road.
It is.
And Kyrie's going to have to make a decision. And the Brooklyn Nets are going to have to make a decision.
They are.
Are we going to have to, because every game that he does not play, we're going to have to address this. If and when Kyrie's going to get the vaccine, have you talked to Kyrie? Do you think he's going to be open to getting the vaccine? Have you talked to Kyrie? Well, KD, how does that make you feel knowing that you have a championship caliber team and one of the guys that you assembled with?
Yep.
KD went there because of Kyrie. And now here we are. We went. Not only did I come here because of you, we can win a championship. And the only thing that's going to prevent us from winning a championship is us. James Harden says if we do things the right way, we got a great opportunity to do something special. Well, I think the right way is going to be, at the end of the day, is going to come down to whether or not Kyrie gets vaccinated. I believe he's going to get vaccinated. That's what I do believe, Skip, and then we'll go from there. But right now, he's making things a lot more difficult for the Brooklyn Nets than probably what it needs to be.
Shannon Sharp, I so hope you're right, but I don't know why you think he'll suddenly get vaccinated. Because of what? What leads you? Are you just guessing? Are you educated guessing? Are you wishing and hoping?
The same thing that led Andrew Wiggins to get it.
Okay. Well, now that was he admitted that was just money.
Exactly.
That was $32 million. This is 33-ish million.
Right.
Okay? But Andrew said, I want my kids to have generational wealth.
Right. So basically, so you split that in half because you play 41 games at home and 41 on the road. So you split that in half. So whatever Kyrie's salary is, split it right down the middle. And it's costing him, what, $372,000 for these preseason games that he's missing.
Kyrie has made a lot more money in his time than Andrew's made in his time in the league. It just strikes me that money is not the object for Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
His principles are his passion now. He envisions himself as a visionary, as a breakthrough thinker, against the grain, seeing the truth before others see it. And he's taking a stand now, just the way he took a stand on Earth is flat, Illuminati rule the world quietly, secretly. And now he's saying that the COVID vaccine, I haven't heard this exactly from him. I'm assuming this is what he's saying. The COVID vaccine is a government plot against us all. And that in the end, we'll all find out that we were duped and taken evilly advantage of by the United States government. That's where we're heading, because that's the way his mind works. And I respect his mind, and I love his mind, and I love him as a player. And you know how much I love the Nets, but I do not love this situation, and I'm doubting he's going to get vaccinated. I hope you're right.
Why not trade him?
Well, the truth is, I'm sure they have discussed that. But because of this stance, he's making himself, a la Ben Simmons, virtually untradeable unless you want to get back 10 cents on the dollar.
Well, no, Skip, he's not untradeable, because all you have to do is trade him to a place that doesn't have one of these mandates in place. So only two.
But it's still some issue for the team. That there is some problem that you're going to have to cope with if he says, I'm not going to get vaccinated.
Right.
His value won't be peak value. And if they feel like they have to get rid of him, that's the Ben Simmons situation. Trading for Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Because James Harden's your point guard, and now you can play Ben Simmons at a point forward.
Okay, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That seems pretty even up to me, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would actually do that. I would advocate that if the Sixers want to deal with the issues of he's not vaccinated.
And he makes Philly that much better, because you got a guy. Can you imagine Kyrie and Joel Embiid in the pick and roll, Skip? Can you imagine doubling down on Joel Embiid and he kicks it to Kyrie?
All right. I don't mind that. I think Kyrie would balk at it. I don't think he wants to live and play in Philadelphia.
Well, he ain't got no trade clause.
He is from New Jersey,
yeah,
so it's pretty close.
To Philly.
It's closer to Philly than Brooklyn is in a lot of ways, right? Okay, so I'm back to Kevin's quote. And to your point, the irony of this is, I believe Kevin Durant is easily the best player in the league. But in this relationship with Kyrie Irving, he is the follower and Kyrie is the leader. So he's not taking a stand against the leader of their friendship.
Right.
He's just basically saying, I'm envisioning Kyrie being part of this team. Well, it's almost like I'm fantasizing about it. I'm dreaming of it.
I'm going to wake up in the morning and Kyrie got vaccinated and everything. Happily ever after.
His next quote is, maybe I'm just being naive, but that's just how I feel.
Right.
Well, obviously, you, Kevin, have been in close touch with Kyrie, I'm assuming.
Right.
And I'm assuming he keeps hearing about government plot.
Right.
That's what I'm assuming, that he's hearing Kyrie is completely and utterly dug in.
Right.
So he's telling the media, just to get himself off the hook and out of the line of fire, he's saying, I'm envisioning. It was actually a good way to answer the question. I'm envisioning, I'm hoping, I'm dreaming.
The way I see things.
Right?
but that's not how it is right now.
It's coming across like that's an ominous quote from Kevin. That could be a damning quote from Kevin, because it's the old damning with faint praise.
See, Skip, the thing is that all KD wants to do is play basketball.
Yeah.
Skip, he doesn't.
All he wants to do is
He don't want to call no team meeting.
I agree.
He don't want to call no team meeting.
Okay.
He don't want to give no pep talks.
Okay.
Kevin Durant want to go out there and hit 30.
Okay. That's how I'm built to love basketball.
Yes.
Shannon Sharp was born with the gift to play football, and he worked his tail off to play it. But he hooped, in effect. When it was time to hoop, he hooped.
Right.
Because you loved it, and you're willing to sacrifice several body parts to play it at a supremely high level that got you into the Hall of Fame. And you continue to tell me, I'm good with all the sacrifices. I would not change a thing.
Wouldn't change a thing. Do it all over again, knowing what I know now.
You just had one hip